All right, so hey, welcome to the Q&A. Hope you guys are amazing. I'm sure this week you thought that I've just been sat in this chair the whole week. I know. It's just the same background and all the same pillows and all that fun stuff. But I can assure you, I have been living my life. Boils on the butt. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I actually weirdly got the. I don't know if any of you guys have had this before. But the top vertebra, like this one, I think it's the one that's like C1, C2, whatever. I blocked it. So I could do this, but I could only go about there. So I was like, whoop, and then eh, eh. Now I've been to the physio a little bit, so I can go down there. So look at this. I can go all the way down there, and then I can get to like there. So weird. And the headache is just constant. Anyway, you're not here to for me to talk about your headache. You're here to ask your questions. So here's how it works. If you have a question, please feel free to write it down in the comments. The wonderful Mary Elizabeth will then copy it, put it into a document. So we have all the different questions there available for me to go through as many of them as possible. The reason why we do it that way is because I can get through like three, maybe four times more questions instead of like bringing people on, there being an issue with the sound, and then you taking 7 hours to ask the question, and then did that way, right? So we do it like that. Now, before I get started, a couple of things. If you haven't already done so, make sure you join the Telegram channel. That's where the majority of the communication is. All right. There's been nearly 1,100, just over 1,100 people have got access to the 30-day run. I think about 600 of them are actually in the Telegram channel, and only 120 of them, of you guys, are here on the live, right? So people are going to miss out on the information. So we'll put the link in the chat. Let me actually do that now. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'm spamming the chat. I am spamming the chat. Chat has been spammed. All right. So share that. Obviously, go to that link if you're watching this right now. If you got access to the 30-day run. Also, what will happen is inside of the Telegram channel, we will share with you information about the Blitz sessions. So this is like a little bonus that we weren't expecting for you to get, or you guys weren't expecting to get. But inside the inner circle, every single week we do like 3 or 4 Blitz sessions, which is basically the basics with a timer, right? And if you're someone who's like, hey, I know what I got to do, but I'm not doing it, then the blitzers will literally force you to do it, right? Now it's really interesting. This is the most amazing thing, right? To me, it's been like this since I come up with this blitz session idea in 2009, 2010, 2009, 2010. It was the craziest thing that people will tell me, I know what I got to do, but I don't do enough of it. So I'm like, hey, come on the Blitz session. When you join the Blitz session, out of the 1,100 people who are taking part in the challenge, look how many people will be on the Blitz session. My guess is less than 30, maybe even less than 20. But everyone who goes on it eventually knows, okay, I didn't die by doing the thing that I was supposed to do. All right. Is that all I've got? Yes. All right. So for those of you, I've seen Samantha, Rosalind, Alia, Alia, I hope I'm saying it right. Daned, Carlos, Deline, Martine. All right. I'm going to go through these questions as much as I can. And again, guys, no question is stupid. All right. Because I'm pretty sure everyone who has been involved in the business longer than you has thought about the questions that you want to ask or have asked them before. So please, no question is stupid. All right. So, Samantha, if your product was travel and your audience was busy mums who want more who want more holidays and flexibility, what would you focus on daily for the next 30 days to build momentum? All right. Do me a favor, Mary Elizabeth, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. Um, Drop a 7 in the chat if you're in the travel space, just to get an idea. Good. So this is what I would do. Because when I was in the field, we had a travel product and we crushed it because I was very creative with different things that we were doing. What I would do is I would find, and your market is either if you're in the US, it's probably the American market, and if you're in the UK, it's probably in the UK market. Most travel companies are usually like they're only open in a few markets, because they have the relationships with those markets and the licensing and blah blah blah. So let's say you're in the UK. I would use ChatGPT to find the top 10 holiday destinations for people who live in the UK. Okay. Then I would get a tripod. I know this looks a bit weird, but just imagine that this is a tripod. I know this looks like a weapon, like a big weapon, right? This is a tripod. So you would get the tripod and you and you would lift the tripod up and you would put your phone here, right? And you would angle it down. And then underneath, you're going to put a suitcase, right? You're going to put a suitcase, a carry-on. And your entire feed could be content about what I could like, come with me to Barcelona. And you're literally just packing the bag. So I'm going to Barcelona for 4 days, 5 days in April. I'm going with my partner to explore the city. I'm going to wear two pairs of shoes. I'm going to pack my underwear. I'm going to pack three bikinis. I'm going to pack some trousers, a skirt, a t-shirt, another t-shirt, la 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 la, right? And then you can do it for another trip and 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 then guess what? You end up because you're voicing over it, you end up using the same thing that you packed for your trip to Barcelona to come with me to Paris in September, right? I'm going for 4 days. This is what I'm taking. And surprise, surprise, you're taking the same flipping thing, but no one's ever going to complain about it. That's exactly what I would do. Because then, guess what? People are going to share your content like freaking crazy. They're going to share your content like crazy. And in your stories, what you're going to do is you're going to talk about like, hey, maybe you follow me with my like, come with me to different parts around the world and different parts of Europe. Um, like maybe you know that I'm in a travel business, maybe you don't. But if you want to travel the world more for less, get in touch. Or you know people who want to travel and you want to make a commission from that, then get in touch. So that's what I would do. Rosalind, can I do the prospecting and the why all in the same conversation, or is that too fast? No, absolutely. So let me just break it down a little bit. Hey, it wouldn't be a training if I didn't get the iPad out, would it? Let's be honest, right? I know, and so many of you messaged me asking how I do this because no one really does it, right? I've been doing it for a long time, but if you have a Mac, drop a one in the chat if you have like an Apple computer, just because it's relevant for you guys. All right. If you have a Mac, it's called Ecamm Live. If you don't have a Mac and you have like a Dell or a Dell, not Adele, like Dell computer, right? Let's just like if you have an Adele just hiding in your cupboard, I set fire to the rain. All right, then manycam.com is where you want to go. All right, it's just how I'm able to do this. Okay, so I have a doll. Asus. All right, I'm out of the Windows game. Okay, anyway, let's Ecamm Live, Manycam. That was a side question, and now I've forgotten the question. Yes, okay. So here we are. Remember when we were saying like you wanna have a conversation. Let's just put C. Then you wanna do an invitation, and then you want to do the presentation. Now, in between the invitation and the presentation, this is where you want to qualify. This is where we talk about the why, right? You don't want to find the why when they join. They're like, woohoo, I'm a team member. Hey, what's your why? You want to find out the why before they join so that you can leverage that in the follow-up. Okay. Um, Now, you can invite and qualify and qualify and qualify and qualify, then show a presentation, right? Or show a tool. But if you were to say something like in the conversation, um, hey, like you may or may not know, but I help people make income from social media with a proven system. Would you be open to jumping on a call to see if I could show you how I could help you make money online? They say, yeah, sure. You jump on a call, right? Let's say you jump on the call, so you go straight from the conversation to the call, and then on the call, you could then ask, hey, why are you curious to make money online? Why is that important to you? Why is that important to you? Hey, you'd be really good at this. Let's go through the information. Bum, 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 bum. So you can do it all in one go if you want. Julie Blackwood says, "Dare to Dream, is it being recorded, or can you only live stream live? And I have to watch it live." So what we do is we basically, and this could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you watch it live and we upload the recordings as soon as we can, and you get like a certain amount of time, right? Because the ticket's only $47 until Monday. So we don't give like lifetime access to the recordings because there are some people who paid like a lot more money for the lifetime, but we give you enough time for you to go through the content because otherwise people just leave it there and they don't go through it. All right. Alia? I hope I said it right. Alia? Hi all. TikTok and Instagram have message requests. The only solution is talking to more people. Yes. Hi all. TikTok and Insta have message requests. The only solution is talking to more people. All right. Not too sure the question with that one, to be honest, but social media gets tighter and tighter every single year, right? Because there are more spammers and more schemers. And that's why you have to build the brand through your content, right? The content will build the brand will build the trust. It's very rare that if you have like a lot of followers around the same thing and you're adding people that you're going to have a message saying like, do you really know this person? Right? Are you sure you know this person? I don't think you do. Okay. So yeah, build the brand will be the answer to that. Danette, can you please talk about communicating in LinkedIn? You covered Facebook and Instagram in the training, but not LinkedIn. Yeah, I will. Do me a favor, guys. Drop a five in the chat if you use LinkedIn. Okay. All right. So these are the keys to LinkedIn. Not many people know this because they don't teach it. And by the way, just so you know, I usually stick to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok because they're all basically the same. How you do things is the same. LinkedIn is a little bit of a different beast, so I don't try and confuse things. And remember what I said on day three about one platform, one offer, one message, 1 million. Oh, but what if I'm not building on the right platform? I don't know. Then go and make a million on that platform and then go see if you can make a million on the other one. All right, there we go. Okay, so LinkedIn, first rule. These are the rules. Oh, Apple Pencil, 10%. That's not good. All right, so number one is you got to be specific. Find a profession that you can tell a very good story about. So I want you to write in the chat. Think about someone who you've seen on stage who said a success story. Name their profession in the chat. Not a trick question. Just think about an event you went to when someone went on the stage and went, "Hey, my name's Steve, and I'm a former police officer." Not doctor, nurse, Wall Street, Jane, military. All right, amazing, right? So I'll use the example of a restaurant owner. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to look for all the restaurant owners, hopefully in your area. So let's say a 25-mile radius. Let's just say that's not $25 million. That's 25-mile radius. Okay. Which is quite a lot. Okay. So you have this story of someone in the company who used to own a restaurant and now they kind of got rid of the restaurant because they made so much money doing the thing that you're with. That's number one. You need to know who you're going to look for. If you try and look for everyone on LinkedIn, it's not going to work. Then on LinkedIn, you have to be very, 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 very direct, right? There's none of this. Hey, Donna, how you doing? Saw you posted about your Chow Chow puppy. How is it? And Donna's like, go away, right? Like Think about the people on LinkedIn who are actively on LinkedIn, actively using LinkedIn. They are corporate. They have, let's say, serious professions. Um, some of them are spa owners, restaurant owners, corporate connections, bankers, stockbrokers, whatever, right? So you want to go and you want to be very direct and you want to say, "Hey Donna, I've been recently connecting with restaurant owners in the Liverpool area and I came across you. I have a system that I've been helping other restaurant owners use on social media to make extra money on the side. Would you be open for me sharing it with you?" That's it. Obviously, you leverage a system. You send that message out to 10 restaurant owners a day. Eventually, you're going to have 2 or 3 presentations a week to do to restaurant owners where you share the system that you use, right? But you're positioning it in a way of like, all right, so the person I was telling you about was actually a guy called Steve. Steve owns a curry house, or used to own a curry house in Bradford and followed the system. Here's what he did. He has conversations, does invitations, shows a presentation, and then follows up. That's it. On LinkedIn, you can be super direct. Super, super direct. All right. Carlos or J Carlos, so maybe Juan Carlos. I'm just going to go with Carlos. So I'm completely new to network marketing and would like to start a business within the golf fitness. Woo. My background is physio for golfers. Love it. Any ideas or places to make my starting point? Yes, teach me, please. Like fly to Dubai and teach me everything. We'll document the whole thing, Carlos. Come on. Let's get in the game. Let's do it. Let's link up. We'll do collaborations. We'll get you to 10,000 followers very, very easily. No, it's in a serious point, like genuinely, if you're ever in Dubai, like please let me know so you can help me win more. I'd have to actually play the game more often, to be honest. I just don't. I'm doing this more. Um, so don't be afraid to get on the golf course in your golf gear and think of a hook. And you're always talking to golfers. By the way, golf is like one of the biggest sports in the entire world. I think it's the seventh most popular sport in the world. Something like that. Maybe it's seven, maybe it's not, whatever. Um, but it's definitely one of the popular sports. And just teach like common, yeah, you need hooks and you just need to find a set of hooks and you just need to teach something that people will do and share with their friends. That's it. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Just start creating the hooks. You already know who you want to talk to, and you probably already know what you want to help them with. So now you just need the hooks. I'd watch your stuff. By the way, when you post it on Instagram, post it, click the share button, and send it to me so I can learn. Now, if it's in Spanish, I'm screwed. But at least I can watch you do your little snake hip things, right? You're doing the tango whilst you're on the golf course. By the way, little hack for you guys. Not many people still, after me telling this for years, people don't do this. Whenever you make a post, especially on Instagram, but you can do it on Facebook too. Let's just imagine it looks something like this, right? It looks something like this. When you've made the post, does anyone know that you've got like the love heart button and the comment, but ooh, and the comment button? And then you've got this weird paper airplane button. What does the paper airplane button mean? Just a little quick pop quiz message share. Good. Whenever you make a post, please, please, please click this and share it with 10 people that pop up. Please. Because as soon as those 10 people see it and click it and watch it, you've now had 10 people who have clicked it and watched it. Some of them might hit the love heart, some of them might block you, some of them might comment, but it's better than if you just hope that the algorithm sees it. So let's say you do a post about your golf swing, right? I don't know. You do a post about your golf swing, and you've been building a community of golfers for the last 3 months. So you've got a picture. Imagine the red mess is the golf swing. Okay, just so you, in case you're thinking that's not a golf swing, I'm not going to draw a golf swing. Okay, then you would post it straight away. You would click this button, and then you would click or you would search maybe 5 to 10 people who you know are golfers because it has golf in their name or has a photo of them in the golfer or you've spoken to them before. And you would write a message because when you select, you can write a message and the button below will say send separately. So you write, hey legend. You don't write their name. Otherwise, all the people are going to get, hey Bob, hey Bob, hey Bob, hey Bob. Hey legend, made this post and thought of you. Let me know if it helps. There you go. No point in creating content if you're not going to share it with people. Wow. Daleen says, must I disconnect the posting link between Instagram and Facebook? No, don't. Don't bother. No point. I used to give that man a halls. I know. I've had a bad throat for a long time now. So right. If you have the automatic share from Instagram to Facebook, your Facebook reach will go down. It won't be as strong as if you then download the Instagram video and then go onto Facebook and then share it on Facebook. However, what did I say on day 3? One platform, one offer, one message, 1 million. So disconnecting it for that case, I wouldn't bother. But you might as well share it on there anyway, as if it doesn't take any of your time. There we go. That broke the dry cough. All right. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I just wouldn't take the extra 5 minutes to download it, go onto Facebook, upload it on Facebook, put the caption on, post it, and then check to see how it's doing. No, just automatically share it. Same with your stories. Automatically share it. Just convenience. Samantha, how do you transition from value-based conversation into an invite without killing the vibe or sounding salesy? You're always going to kill the vibe. Like it's always gonna be weird. It's always gonna sound salesy because you're selling. What I will say though, I'm gonna ask this to the women. Do me a favor, drop a 6 in the chat if you've ever gone into a shop because you like the brand or you like the shop or you like the models in the window, and then you're just having a look. You're just having a look. All right, I think it's 100% of the women on this Zoom have all done that, right? Lots of 6s. Okay. Now, imagine I come up to you because I work there and I say, hey, Crystal, is there anything I can help you with? And Crystal goes, no, no, it's okay. I'm just having a look. Didn't sound salesy, but that's my invitation. Now, if she keeps having a look and she's now like browsing through and looking at the label to see the price or the size, then maybe I'm going to go over again and say, like, hey, if you need any help with the sizes, just let me know. We actually have a buy one, get one free on that row. Good for you. Right? So it sounds salesy because it is, but it's still natural because it's still in the same environment. So when you're talking to someone and it's chit chat, chit chat, chit chat, chit chat, you can say, especially in the beginning, right? Um, you can say, and by the way, you've earned the right to bring the business up because you've spoken to them as like as you've been speaking to them. So if you struggle in the beginning, you would use the you may or may not be interested route. Hey, Rosalind, you may or may not be interested, but I had to ask. Do you keep your options open to making an extra income? No worries if not, just thought I'd ask. If you have belief balls or belief boobs like no one else has ever had before, then use this one. I was really good with this one, by the way. This one made me a lot of money. Hey, Donna, I know this sounds weird, but I was thinking about you this morning. I know, I know, I know. And by the way, the women send that to men. Watch how fast they reply. Okay, anyway, right? Donna, I was thinking about you this morning, and I know this sounds a little bit weird, but I had to ask, would you be open to checking out some information on a game-changing system to make more money online? No worries. If not, just thought I'd ask. Right? So it's finding the transition question that you feel most comfortable with, but you're still going to feel uncomfortable sending it for the first 100 messages. And there's not really any way around that. I'd be lying if I said, oh, yeah, oh, God, we can definitely do that very smooth. No. And I think the way you win with it is having the mentality of if they say no, I can move on to the next person. If they say yes, great. But a lot of you out there are thinking, I'm wasting my time. What if I have a conversation with someone for 25 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 3 days, a year? I invite them to go on holiday with me on the private jet that I've just chartered for a week around Croatia. And then I asked them at the end of the holiday and they were like, no, I don't want to live a life like this every week. Right? Like it's a letdown business. People are going to let you down. And if you do rent the yacht around Croatia for a week and you've got space, please invite me. Just make sure in the invite it says, sorry, we can only allow one person, no kids allowed. Right? Then I'm definitely in. No, I'm kidding. I'd love being with my kids, I promise. No, I do. I do. I really. I do. We can cut this part of the recording. Yeah, thanks, team. Appreciate it. All right, Martine, what's better, building rapport and start a chit chat first, or do the ask the question right away? Oh, this is a question that gets asked a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. All right. Ooh. So let me introduce you to Messenger Mountain. Oof. Messenger Mountain looks something like this, like a wonky pyramid. All right. This is what a pyramid looked like if humans built it versus the aliens who built the ones in Egypt, right? Just kidding. I'm not going to get. We're not going to go into conspiracy theories. But if anyone does like that sort of stuff, you should definitely build a brand around it. Anyway, so this is the goal, right? To get to the top. Now, this side is the direct side, where you literally find that message, they reply, bang, and you ask the question. Now, this side is steeper, but it's shorter. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a lot of what I call rejection rocks. More people go, screw you, pyramid schemer. You scammer, go away. Or getting blocked because you're literally just connecting with people and saying, right, join my business. Not join my business, but would you be open? Right? So it's faster, but it hurts more. So if you believe you are a 100 out of 100 when it comes to belief and certainty that this is the thing you're going to do, regardless of whatever anyone says about you, then that might be your best route. Can't say it is for sure. You got to try both. The other way is the relationship building, the rapport, let's say rapport. And it's a little bit smoother, a little bit slower, a little bit longer. You can do it in your flip-flops. You don't have to free climb like that crazy guy did on Netflix the other week. Like, what an absolute psychopath. I saw that pop up. I was like, no, delete, not watching that. That's ridiculous. Now, the problem is when you're building rapport, you're going to face what I call the monster of the mountain who has a unibrow in this example. The monster of the mountain. This is the point where it feels awkward. Drop a 2 in the chat if you've reached that point where it feels a bit awkward to bring up the business with someone. Yeah, there you go. Now, this is what I don't want to happen. You connect with someone today and you're a healthy 38-year-old. And when you're 72, you finally pluck up enough courage to tell Mary, your new best friend of 34 years that you met on social media that time with your intention was to get them into your business. And you say, hey, Mary, quick one. I know we connected 34 years ago on Instagram, but would you be open to checking out some information? And she's like, I knew it. I freaking knew that's why you wanted to connect with me. You, and she throws her Zimmer frame at you, hits you in the face, and you were like, oh God, I knew that was going to happen. I must tell Fraser. Like, so build a rapport. So your choice. And here's what I would do, right? I would do 100 this way and 100 that way and see what you feel you could sustainably do and which brings in the results. Now, you might actually get more results from direct, but you couldn't sustainably do it. Or you might get all the results from rapport building, relationship building, but it just takes you so long to do 100. Now, if I go to Australia, a lot of the Australians are like, no, I only really like rapport building. We don't like direct. If I go to America, like 70% of people like direct, the rest like rapport building. If I go in Europe, it depends on the country, right? It depends on the country and the level of connection with someone. What I would say, and this is, am I all right to be a little bit more advanced? Just drop a four in the chat if you're okay. If I do, like, I don't want to overwhelm. It's not maybe overwhelming, and I don't want you to use it as an excuse, but I'm going to say it. The bigger your brand gets, the easier the direct becomes. Because if you have a following of, let's pick a number, 50,000 people, and it's active, right? Meaning people are commenting like crazy, people are watching your stories like crazy. Then if someone follows you or messages you, you can quite easily say, Mary, I know you've been following, I know you've been following me here for a while on social media. Like, just curious, would you be open to jumping on a call to see if I can help you make money online? Like, back, you never had a conversation before. She's consumed your content. She's been watching your content for a few months. The bigger the brand is, the easier the direct way is. You've earned that right. And that's why it's important to do the messages, but also the build the brand. Build the brand. You guys, are you getting value from this so far? Just want to make sure that I'm on the right track and I'm not just over. I don't want to create overwhelm. The problem when we do Q&As, I often think that I talk about so many different things that you want to try and implement everything. Um, and really, if you spend 1 hour on a training like this and you just get one nugget that you can implement, that's well worth the hour. If you try and go, oh my God, I got 72 different ideas, mind blown in a bad way, right? So yeah, just wanted to make sure that we're good. All right, good to go. Good. Lisa, how do I balance business and product on my social media? I know who I'm specifically speaking to for both. How do I communicate to both? You know what? I would have seasons and runs. Truly, like I think if you're speaking to my dad, right? My dad, for those of you who don't know my dad's my mentor. Yes, I talk about the colors a lot, Trisha. I'll talk about that in a minute. My dad's my mentor. He's very much like product. Ugh. Why would you talk about the product? There's no money in a product. And I'm like, no, no, dad. He's like, no, you sell the dream and you build a team, recruit, recruit, recruit. And then once you're done, finished recruiting, go recruit some more. How many have you recruited this month? Oh, none, but I've got 24 new customers. Oh, boring. That sounds like hard work, right? That's his philosophy because he's old school. But in network marketing, you build a team that looks like a Christmas tree, right? And you sell products. So if you have all these people, I know this wasn't necessarily the question, but it's important for those who aren't aware. You have all these people. If none of these people are selling product, guess what? The volume in the organization is going to be zero. How much money do you get paid if your volume is zero? Let's say OV, overall volume, zero. But if you teach all these people, there's what, 6, 12, in this example, there's like nearly 20 people with you on top, right? There's 20 people. Everyone gets 200 points a month. Great. There's now 4,000 OV. How much is the company going to pay you if there's 4,000 OV? Probably a decent amount. Definitely a side income. Happy days. So anyway, regarding the question, in the messenger, you can talk about whatever you want. In the feed, you have to talk about one thing. Otherwise, it's going to get a mess. You talk about because here, you know what? I'm gonna try and simplify it as much as I can from the psychology sort of thing, the psychology side of things. How many of you guys drop a five in the chat if you know what I'm talking about here? You follow someone who you respect and they have influence, they have a big following, but every single day it seems like they're promoting a different product. And after a while, you start to like get blind. Drop a zero in the chat if you know what I mean. Right? It's like I really respect these guys. They've got hundreds of thousands of followers. They've got millions of followers. But like every day, they seem to be like, right, they've got a moisturizer, and then they're talking about a discount code at the Pizza House, the Pizza Hut. Then there's and then sign up to my link and get 10% off your next booking.com. And then think of it this way. How many products does your network marketing company have? Two, three, five, 12. You know, right? If you're in like travel and finance, maybe it's just one. But if you talk about product A, B, C, D, and E, even though it's represented by one company, the public does not care. They go, wow, Chris has talked about four different products this week. Now, Chris is thinking, I'm talking about one company that sells all these products. They don't care. They do not care. If I talk to you about, Svetlana's going to kill me for getting this wrong. If I talk to you about Chanel and Hermes and Dior and Cartier and Louis Vuitton and Gucci and Prada, they're all owned by one company. Those brands aren't, but hopefully you get my point, right? But everyone else goes, oh, then loads of different brands. But there's actually one company. Same thing applies. So on social media, on your feed, you have to talk about one thing. In the stories, you can talk about the products every day and you can talk about the business maybe once or twice a week. Or if you're business focused, you talk about the business every day and then you talk about the product once or twice a week. But in the messenger, you can lead the conversation whatever you want. If you go, right, Mondays is all about money, so Mondays is all about the business, every conversation I have on Monday is going to be about that. That because otherwise it's going to be an absolute mess. It sounds like a mess how I've just explained it, to be honest. But you're as long as in the feed you're consistent, in the stories you can split it up, and in the messenger you can do whatever you want. Just be aware that the more products you talk about, the less focus there is, the less focus there is, the less momentum there is to making a decision. Karen, when you mention one platform, one message, one product, I know that relates to your network marketing business, but many of us have other businesses too. Is it best to only focus on our network marketing business for the 1,000 posts? Yes. So, how many of you guys are taking this information? Drop a one in the chat if you're taking this information and you're putting it into a traditional business as well. Because we usually actually get a bunch of people. Right? Oh, nice. Yeah, cool. All right. So this is what I would recommend. If you have a network marketing business selling skincare, and then you have a traditional business selling landscaping, then have a profile for landscaping and a profile for your product. By the way, the profile for the product is a personal brand, right? Traditional businesses, the brand is usually around the store. So let's say you have a restaurant and it's called 6-7, just for banter, right? So and it happens to be 67 Smith Down Street, right? So the restaurant's called 6-7. Then the Instagram account should probably be 6-7 Restaurant Liverpool, because then people will search for it and it will come up. Whereas if it's like Fraser Brooks, hey, by the way, I own a restaurant, it's a bit weird. Um, so that's when I would do that. Josh, I'm in a service-based UK only business. I think I know which one it is based on what you said there. Will the 30-day run work just as well for my situation? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And by the way, in the next like 6 minutes or so, I'm going to talk to you about how the 30-day run is going to work. Just in case you're like, oh my God, we start on Monday. What the hell do I do? Samantha, what type of content creates the most conversations right now? And do you design content with conversation in mind? Yes. Now, the only real way that you can scale up conversation is by instigating it, because you just never know, right? You just never know, do you? Like, you don't know. Like, I posted something today and I even spoke to one of my friends. I went, I'm going to make this post and it's going to go off. It is going to go off. People are going to be commenting. It's going to trigger so many people. It's done okay, but it hasn't gone off. It's had like 600 shares, but like it hasn't. The reach is not that many. It's just got a lot of people share it from people who already follow me, right? So, um, but if someone comments, I'm starting a conversation. If I have a post, and by the way, here's a little top tip. When, and again, this is, oh no, I'm gonna have to use my finger. Great, great. All right. So if I make a post that starts performing well and gets a lot of reach, I do more more stories. If I make a post and it doesn't get much reach, I do fewer stories. Something that I've done for a long time. Because when you get posts that get big reach, you get more visibility. When you get posts that haven't got much reach, you get less, and less is sometimes more in the stories. So yeah, in the stories, the people who view your stories are the people you should start conversations with. The people who follow you, those are people you should go reach out with. The people who comment on your posts, those are the people you should reach out to. All right. Another question, I'm just conscious of the time, was about the was about the color personalities. How many of you guys know the color personalities? Okay, I'm going to give you a little lesson. Now, I will say there are different versions of the color personalities. I'm going to share the version that I have grown up with. Okay. Right. So red, blue, yellow, green. And this is important for a number of different things: team building, event promotion, and social media. I bet you didn't think we were going to be playing Twister tonight, by the way, right? So here we are. Reds are very driven, ambitious, love the money, success, and the recognition. Who's a red? Drop a red in the chat if you're a red. Stephanie, Daniela, I know you are Daniela. I know you are for sure. Donna, Peter, Elena, Hillary, for sure you are Hillary. Lisa. Okay, good. Blues love fun. When they go to an event, they want to know where the after party is. They are usually a little bit distracted, right? They're like, they switch. They're like, oh my God, we can make loads of money, but we can make so much fun. When's the next incentive trip? What are we going to do in the breaks? What are we going to do for breakfast before the event starts? Are we going to have pajama party between day one and day two? Right? They just want the fun, they want the adventure. Be honest, who's a blue? By the way, an organization without blues is an organization that people don't want to stick around and stay around. There's a woman in the chat, her name's Tammy. Love you, Tammy. Hope you're doing good. She is I can't say top 10 blue that I've met, right? But she's just freaking awesome. She's an air hostess, right? Which kind of sums it up, right? She travels a lot, loves to be around people, just brings a lot of energy where she goes, and she's super awesome. Everyone should have Tammy in their life, right? Yellows are they love to help people. They like to be known. They like to be significant. They really love community. They really want to like have a cause. A woman called Astrid, actually, she's in the mastermind. She used to be a midwife. Massive yellow. Midwives. What are they doing? Like delivering these helping deliver these babies, delivering the babies. I mean, that would have taken a lot of credibility from the women who are actually pushing, right? So helping deliver the babies, right? Like doing something for someone else, it's crazy. So yeah, nurses, exactly. How many of you guys are yellows? And by the way, as I'm doing this and you're thinking, hang on a minute, I'm red, but I'm also yellow. You can be. And then greens are, they need the details. They want to come to the events to hear Dr. Stevenson talk about why he took ratings of the unicorn horn and mixed it with I don't know, the fairy dust from the Himalayas, right? They're like, could you just let me know why is there only 7 ways of earning money and not six? Like, I just want to make sure that I've got this right. And why? They love systems as well. Who's a green? Drop a green in the chat. You can be three. Yeah, you'll find that like two will stand out the most. Okay. Why is this relevant? Um, Let me just kind of write one word for each one, and hopefully this is helpful. Oh, oh my Lord, no. Money. Wow. People paid money for this. People actually paid money to watch this live, and I look like a 3-year-old. I think Mia could have done it better. Next time, Mia will do it. All right. Fun, love, community, and details. So I coach someone, his name's Thomas, building a huge organization. If I show him this, he'll go, I don't really care for the fun, the community, the money is a byproduct, but like I really care about give me the step by steps. I just need the steps. Give me the steps and I'll do it. So let's say I'm on social media. Go and look at your content, especially in the captions, and see over the last like 5 to 10 captions or 5 to 10 posts you've made, are you speaking to one type of person? Because if you're speaking to one type of person, you're missing out on the other three. Me and Jesse Lee Ward used to talk about this a lot because we talked to all four. Now, me and her are both the same. We are, let's say, 60% red, 40% yellow. When I'm on stage or I'm doing training, 150% fun, right? Maybe not, but it's like 90%. Details, obviously, I mean, I think you guys would agree that naturally I'm green at some point in my training because I do my best to give the steps and I break it down with analogies and metaphors. Hopefully you like my style. But with your content, you have to appreciate you've got to speak to everyone. You're speaking to a specific person, but remember, you could be speaking to a golfer who he plays because he wants to win. You could be speaking to a golfer who plays because he just wants to have fun. You could be speaking to a golfer who plays because he just wants to be out with his mates and have a good chat. Have a good chat. Have good chat, right? Right? You could have a golfer who wants to play because he wants to improve his swing because he feels like he's got sports progression. What about a mum? You could be speaking to mums about you could be speaking to mums about how to make money from home. Then you've got a mum who wants to make money because they need to. But you've got a mum who's lost their identity and needs more fun in their life. You've got a mum who just wants to be connected to other mums because she doesn't have any mum friends. You've got a mum who wants to improve in life because she understands that life is a growth centric experience, not a comfort centric experience. Tracy, I speak to women in menopause. Great. Well, there's still four types of women in menopause, right? So it's important in the captions or in the content that you speak. Now, this is more advanced. Do you need this to win? No, but you might as well implement it now. How do you do this? Hey, ChatGPT, are you aware of the four color personalities? If not, these are them. Just give a basic overview of what I've just done. Here's the caption that I was going to write. Could you rewrite it, ensuring that it speaks to all four color personalities? Thank you in advance. Big love, Fraser. You don't write Fraser, right? You write Donna, Crystal, Lisa, Shona, Mary Elizabeth. All right. So the other way of using this, how many of you guys have got a big event coming up? Tomorrow morning, this is mad. This is a mad one. I'm going to do, Mary Elizabeth has literally pushed me to do this. So this is on her, right? But she told me over Christmas that I need to do more a day in the life of, right? That was it, right? A day in the life of, or come with me, or the ones where they do like the water and the fit like that. This is like 6 a.m. and stuff. But my day-to-day life is pretty boring. But tomorrow, I get picked up at the house at 6 a.m. I fly to Munich, 7 hours on the plane. I arrive in Munich. I go straight to a venue. I get showered at the venue, and then there's 2,000 people from all over Europe at an event. I do the event. As soon as I've finished speaking, I go back to the airport and then fly back to Dubai. So I'm actually in Germany for 8 hours. It takes me 7 hours to get there and 7 hours to get back. Why? Because I miss my kids like freaking crazy. And I would rather be knackered with them than rested and not with them. It's mad. It's mad how much changes, right? I know a lot of you guys out there know what I mean, but wow, I feel selfish. I feel guilty by just staying there an extra night and just going in the spa and the sauna and exploring a new city. Like I'd rather be home with them. So I will do that. So when it comes to promoting events, you guys have got big events coming up. I've got one this weekend and then the weekend after, 2,000 people this weekend, 8,000 people the week after. It's event season. When you're promoting events, do this next time and you'll see the results you get. On the people on your team, maybe there's two, maybe there's five, maybe there's 10, maybe there's 20. Some of you guys, there's thousands on your team. Speak to each one individually, especially your front line. Know what their color personality is. It's very, 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 very easy to figure that out. You will just know after a few conversations. If you know they're a red, you would say, hey, we have a big event coming up we have a big event coming up in September in Orlando. We're so excited because everyone who's in the company who's hit a rank is going to get recognized. You hit the rank. Are you up for coming with me so we can recognize the crap out of your new rank? Uh-huh. Me? Recognized? Yeah, yeah, I'm in. Right? The Blues, we're all going to go to Orlando. The event's on for 2 days. Sod it. We're going for 5 days and we're going to go to Disney 2 days after. Are you in? Yeah, I'm in. What do I tell my husband? Just tell him it's a 4 day event. Okay, got it. Right? The Yellows, hey, we're having this event in Orlando. Maybe you know about it, maybe you don't. It's going to sell out really, really quick. This is the opportunity for us to get together as a community, share ideas to help one another reach the common goal. I know you really love this sort of stuff. Would you be open to like organizing a breakfast together? Me, please. The Greens. What do you think they want? No, I'm not a green. I don't have like green needs, right? But like, hey, we've got an event coming up in Orlando. Please don't come. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. We've got this event coming. I'm just kidding. I really truly am kidding. Greens, by the way, red greens make some of the greatest network marketers because they're so good at organizing and structure and systems. In fact, the company that you're with, at some point, the person who's built the system was probably a red green, right? Anyway, eat your greens. That's right. Nuts and bolts, maybe. Yeah, exactly. So you get it. So we've got this event in Orlando coming up in September. Super excited because we're going to have the director of training there who's going to walk through every single thing you need to know about the product, the service, how the compensation works, how you're able to do that. We're also going to have a breakout session in the break with our team. We're actually going to brainstorm different ways where we can actually generate more leads and da 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 da. That's it, right? So you leverage people because hey, what's that saying? People don't really care until they feel that you care. I butchered it, but if you go ChatGPT, you'll find it. People don't really care until they know you care. You'll figure it out, right? So people don't care what you know until they know that you care. Boom! My job here is done, right? There we go. See, duplication. I forgot that on purpose, right? Just to see there we go. All right. Good. Right. So I appreciate it. Thanks for saving me. Okay. Who's excited about the 30-day run? Drop a one in the chat if you're excited for the 30-day run starting on a Monday. On Monday, the 2nd of February. Drop a two in the chat if you're absolutely petrified because you've never done one before. Let's see, two. Okay, there's some twos in there. Good. Excited but anxious. Excited but nervous. Okay. Here's how it works. It's going to be very, very difficult for me to write it because I've got to write it with my finger. And when I write with my finger, I look like a 3-year-old. Okay. So every Monday to Friday, wow, that's so difficult. Monday to Friday in the Telegram group, I will literally probably be sat in this room and I'll do a video, right? And the video is designed just to keep you in the game. You know those like oh my God. Oh my God, what have I drawn here? Oh my Lord. You know the desk fans that you used to get? That's a desk fan. I did that with my finger. All right. Like, come on. Right. Okay. Drop a three in the chat if that looks like a desk fan. That's not a desk fan. All right. Yeah, we got some threes. Come on. Woo! Get in there. Picasso. You know what? If anyone wants to buy that for 3.2 million, feel free. I'll send my wire details. I accept crypto and all that fun stuff. Right. It looks like a fan, right? Happy days. Okay. So I'm at, okay, I missed one very, very important part of the fan. It's plugged into the wall, right? When the when the desk fan is plugged into the wall, it does this, right? What happens when you unplug it? It doesn't just it kind of like it starts to slow, right? And then what happens if I plug it back in again? And I unplug it? Plug it back in. The point of what I'm saying is the idea of the videos Monday to Friday throughout the 30 days is to keep you plugged in. Yes, energy. It's to keep the energy high. It's to keep it top of mind. Now, it's you're not going to get all the value from that. You might get clarity from it, but what's going to happen is I want you to, starting Monday, you can do everything you want. You can do 1,000 different things if you want, right? Thanks, Maria. So I want you to track these things. I can't write the whole world because I will literally look like I'm writing Arabic. Okay, it's really difficult writing with the finger on this. It's so bad. Um, and I can't charge it because it's plugged into anyway, whatever. I want you to track pen and paper is fine, sticky notes is fine, notes in your phone is fine, Trello is fine. If you use Saga, that's fine. Google Sheets, that's fine. Microsoft X, however you want to track, how many conversations did you start on that day? So on Monday, the 2nd of February, day one, how many conversations did you start? Oops, 10. I want you to also, you've already had the training on this, by the way. Patrick, yes, please, for Christmas, please. The same with the invitations. Yes, initiating new conversations. Then how many invitations did you do? How many presentations did you do? The presentation could be you giving the presentation or you getting someone onto the presentation, right? Not I did a Facebook Live and I had 622 people watch it. Doesn't count, right? Presentations and then continuations, which is follow up, right? How many people did you follow up with? Okay. Yeah, you can use a tool. You can use a video. You could do the presentation yourself on a Zoom or in person, or you could use a company recording. Um, so before you go to bed, the group is going to be wild, by the way, because there's going to be close to 1,000 people actually in the group. So I promise you it'll be overwhelming. But the overwhelm is designed to kick your ass. Because if you're just seeing all the posts and you're not posting, guess what? You're going to get left in the dust. Right? So before you go to bed, you're going to write. You don't have to say, I've just had my dinner and I've had a cup of tea. I've had my magnesium supplements and I had a nice warm bath. The kettle's just finished bubbling the water. I've put it in my hot water bottle, ready to snuggle up close to Mr. Jump-a-Lot, my dog, like whatever, right? And good night, guys. Oh, by the way, let's just all agree. Let's just all drop a 7 in the chat to agree that we're not going to do that. All right. Don't be surprised if your post gets deleted as well if you do that. Not saying that Mary Elizabeth and the rest of the team are going to be deleting posts, but let's just say she probably will. Right. So before you go to bed, I just want you to say conversations 10, invitations 3, presentations 2, continuations 5, and then go to bed or do whatever you want to do and then go to bed. Snuggle with Mr. Jump-a-Lot, whatever. So if you what happens if you got 0? Conversations, zero. Invitations, zero. Presentations, zero. Continuations, zero. And I would probably do this. Look how bad that looks. That looks so bad. Day one, conversations, invitations, presentations, continuations. Day two, boom, boom, boom. Now, when you get a new customer or new team member, whenever it's happened and you're feeling fired up, understand two things. Number one, the best time to recruit your next person is straight after you've recruited your first person. Instead of being like, I got my one, woohoo, champagne, spray it, go on a night out, get absolutely bladdered, and then wake up 3 days later, just like on someone else's sofa, like, oh my God, what happened? I just recruit. And you see a message on your phone saying, I'd like to quit, please, and get a refund. And you're like, no, I already spent the commissions, right? So whenever you get a win, just go in the chat, whenever it is, doesn't matter if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and just write in the win. So you would write in, let's do it in red with my finger here because it's a bit red. What was the win? So new customer, new distributor, whatever. And how did you do it? Was it a direct message? Was it a post on LinkedIn? Was it a follow up with an old school friend? That's it. That's it. Now, you might not get a win in 30 days, but I'll tell you, if you don't get a win in 30 days, that'll probably be a quantity problem. And if you have questions, what we will do is once every so often, I will make a post in there, and you can reply to that. Right. So any questions and you can reply, boom, boom, boom. And I'll do my best to answer some. I'm not going to be able to answer everyone. Right. There's 1,000 people, there's 1,000 questions. So like the idea of a 30-day run is not a breakthrough with learning. You've just had 5 days of learning. The idea of the 30-day run is a breakthrough in clarity around what you've got to do every single day so that after the 30 days are over, you can then continue with your life doing what you've already done in the 30-day run. 30 days run is just going to give you a breakthrough. 1,000-day run is going to change your life. 3 years running like crazy. You're not going to run like crazy. You're working from home, right? Like it's not hard. It's just the first step is hard, right? And by the way, the first week that we do will be a mess. I promise you it'll be a mess, right? But work through the mess. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm excited. So if you have anyone in your team or anyone you know who isn't already signed up to the 30-day run and you think that they would get benefit from it, feel free to share the link with them. I think they can join. I think they can buy the program until, well, basically until Monday, and then we just won't allow anyone to join. Also, Wendy says, "Do you give us a daily task?" Some days I will, right? But a lot of the time, maybe once or twice a week, I'll give you like a post idea, right? But a lot of the time, we found by doing that, if you miss one or two, you feel so left behind that it's just crazy. So if you just do the repeatable basics day in, day out, you're gonna win. All right. And those videos are like usually 2 to 5 minutes long, right? There's no waffle, there's no storytelling. It's just like bang, straight in. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. Also, for those of you who are interested, maybe you are, maybe you aren't. And by the way, sorry I couldn't get to a bunch of your questions. We just ran out of time. For those of you who are interested to come to Dare to Dream, there's two things, and I'll be frank with you guys. Dare to Dream sold out after 8 days. We sold 1,500 tickets to be in the room in Barcelona in 8 days. However, because people bought a ticket a year ago, people's life situation has changed, right? I know a bunch of people had kids, so they're not able to travel to the event, or they made a decision with the career and they decided that they're not going to pursue the career in network marketing anymore, or they've completely forgot that their husband's birthday was on that weekend and he hates network marketing, or like whatever, right? So if any of you are serious about getting an in-person ticket, we are the nicest company in the world, and we actually try and help our ticket holders who can't come sell their tickets. I've been to Coldplay events where they're like, no refunds, you're screwed, right? Like, but we do our best to do it. So if for some reason you're serious, we would then you can email, yeah, Mary Elizabeth put it in the chat. You can go to support@fraserbrooks.com and just say, hey, I'm interested in potentially buying a ticket to the in-person event. And then the team will look to try and link you with someone, and you would actually pay them and they would give the ticket. We would have track of it because we would see it all. So it's not like nothing dodgy or anything like that. The second way is we do the live stream. Now, the live stream makes it more convenient for you. It means you obviously don't have to travel. I will say, though, if you've ever been to an in-person event of mine versus a live stream, we do our absolute best to make the live stream as good as possible. But energy is contagious, let's say. Vibration is it's like watching Coldplay at Wembley Arena versus watching Coldplay on YouTube. You're still gonna get the song, but you ain't gonna get the shift. That's just me being completely. I love being able to do live streams. It's better than not attending, but being in the room is obviously better. All right. Hillary says, I'm hosting a hustle house for our live stream so that we are creating our own energy until we can all fly across the pond. Like, that's the pinnacle of what to do. Tony Robbins, if any of you guys have ever done Tony Robbins' events online before, and especially if you've done a bunch of them, one of the smartest things to do is there's two smart things. Level two is the one that Hillary's at, which is super high, but I'll tell you the next one. And she already kind of combated it. This is just extra bonus training. If you know you can't go and your team can't go, and there's maybe two of you, three of you, four of you, then host your team member at your house or their house, or a few of you at a house or a shared house, and watch it together, because the magic is in the before the event, the during the event, the after event, where you're brainstorming what your bingo moments was, because your bingo moments probably won't be their bingo moments. The absolute pinnacle, which I've shared this with a few people and they're doing it, which is crazy, is we've got one group who have, I think, 60 people flying into Barcelona who don't have a ticket for the in-person event. But what they're going to do is they're going to live stream it in a hotel room with the 60 people. And then once the other 100 and something from the team who are in the room have finished, they're going to go meet up with them. So they've got 150 to 200 people in Barcelona in one team, all talking about the event, even though only half of them are in the room. And I know Hillary would do that if she lived in Europe with her team and couldn't get in the room, because she's very forward thinking and a red, let's say. So yeah, plan on it. I don't want to feel like I'm selling the event so hard, but like I promote things that I believe in. And as you can probably tell, the free challenges we do, obviously all you guys paid money to do the access pass, but I don't know anyone in the industry who gives in any industry who gives the value that we give and the clarity that we give for free. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but if I didn't, Jesse Lee would be slapping me from the heavens above, being like, please say it, right? Otherwise, I'm going to paint something in the sky that says it. So if you think this was good, Dare to Dream is going to be legendary. But let's get the 30-day run out of the way. Let's go get some breakthroughs. And then, hey, if you believe me after that, then it's the obvious next step. All right. So kisses to you all. And I will see you on Monday. Super excited about it. All right. Ciao, ciao. Bye, guys. Big love. See ya.